Yo guys, how you doing there? This is Kenny and I'm here to go ahead and talk about my first job working as a graphic designer. So my first job working as a graphic designer, I worked at this place called what is it called? All American Signs, Western New York, Buffalo. Um, Basically, it was a sign shop where they create signs and stuff like that for small businesses and probably big businesses and stuff like that. They did uh, banners and stuff like that, markups for cars and stuff like that, vinyl graphics, a lot of vinyl stuff that they used, stuff like that. That was like my first real time graphic design job, whatnot. I was really stoked, whatnot. Walked into the office and everything like that. The guy shook my hand and everything like that. I shook his hand and I was like, "Hi, how you doing there? My name's Kenny. I'm really excited for this opportunity." He was like, "I'm really excited for having you guys, whatnot. I'm starting my team." So basically, it's like a start. It was not a startup company or anything like that. It was like more of a It was more of a small business type, but he was just like getting his team together type thing, whatever. So I was going to be his, um, maybe his third graphic designer that he has hired, but I was the only in-house graphic designer for him, whatnot. So he also got like a salesman, whatnot, and then he had like another installer, which he was an installer, and then he had his wife work in the shop as well, whatnot. So his shop ran from the hours from 8 to 5:30 Monday through Friday, and basically those are his operations, stuff like that. Sometimes he'll go out and install stuff, whatnot, around like from 7 or 8 in the morning, from all the way to like 7 p.m. at night, whatnot. But me, I stayed there for like store hours and stuff like that. So basically, what my job entails was I was supposed to go ahead, talk to the clients and stuff like that, and get their initial feedbacks and stuff like that, what things they want and everything like that. I'll have like my notebook and everything like that, and I'm writing all the details and stuff like that. Actually, it was like not a notebook. It was like these like little pieces of paper or uh, diagrams or something like that to jot down the information and notes and stuff like that for wherever the clients want. 95%, maybe 90%, whatnot, the customer already has their artwork and they're giving it to you, and they want to see, oh, I want to see what this artwork looks like on a billboard or something like that, or I want to see what it looks like on my door or something like that, or my car or a trailer or a banister or or a window or something like that. It is, it's just mostly like they have the graphics and stuff like that 90% of the time. And I also had chances to go ahead and create like business cards and stuff like that, but also they'll give the images as well, whatnot. Sometimes they'll give you like the text and stuff like that, but when you're working in the sign world and everything like that, you'll have to use like Helvetica text to go ahead and convey the message. Like bigger is better, and smaller, or I don't know. I think their model was like the smaller is bigger, and the bigger is, or less is more, and something like that. I forgot. It's been a while. Uh, so yeah, you'll use like Helvetica words for signs, because when people are like walking past a storefront or something like that, and they want to see the words like big, nice and bold, whatnot. No sans, but like no serifs or anything like that. Just keep it all nice and sans serif and everything like that. Text and stuff, and bold, so people can see it, and so they can go towards whatever they're advertising or something like that. Um, Also, creating up like markups and stuff like that. Besides you learning Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator, Photoshop, or basically those are the programs I use, like Illustrator and Photoshop for design world, a graphic designer or a print designer. Then you have another tool or a software called Flexi. Flexi is a program that basically supposed to take like Photoshop and Illustrator and put them together to 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 communicate to the printers, so the printers can print, and then they call these things plotters. And the plotters are basically like these big giant cutter machines, whatnot, labeled by inches and stuff like that. So you have like your 20 inches, your 70 inches, your 30-inch rolls and everything like that. We all worked on rolls and stuff. So we're working with vinyl and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and put the material into the printers and stuff like that. These big giant printers, they're Muto printers that we're using, and they use the CMYK color, and you put the paper into the machine and everything like that. It reads the paper, it shows like how long the roll is and everything like that, and then it adjusts back, whatnot, and you can fit as much graphics you can onto the graphic, long as it fit on that roll. We were using around like 30-inch rolls, or maybe around like 50-inch rolls, like 30 to 50-inch rolls, um, for our vinyl prints and stuff like that. Also, we have like single color like vinyl prints. So we had a difference between full color and one color vinyl. So somebody comes in like, oh, I just want some text on my car and everything like that, and I just want it to be blue and red, whatever. So we're not going to use the full color, because we also have to keep in mind all this stuff costs money, whatever. So we don't want the owner to like um, dish out like thousands of dollars on material. You want him to pay you as well, whatnot, and keep the store going so you can have a job. So we'll use like the one color, which the one colors are more cheaper than the full color vinyl, because the full color vinyl is going to be a big giant blank piece of paper, whatnot, that you place on the machine that's printable. It prints onto the machine, prints on the material, and the color vinyl will be like, we'll just put it into a plotter, which is the cutters that cuts the designs and stuff like that, and then you like weed it out. The weeding will be like, weeding out the excess stuff from the graphics and stuff like that. So we'll use that stuff to go ahead to place on people's cars, signs, and whatnot. And yeah, it was interesting working as a graphic designer there, whatnot. Just learning like a new program was kind of wonky and weird, whatnot. Um, you had to use it because this is what the machines need to go ahead to print the stuff, whatever. And that's what the boss requires you to use, whatever. So I had to learn a new software, which is good. There's nothing wrong learning a new software or anything like that. It's great. So after that, learning stuff, whatnot, I was basically learning from his wife and everything like that. And it was weird working with his wife, even though he was like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and leave you two here, whatnot. And come to find out, like, he was like an older dude, whatnot. And, like, he was like way old, like he was like 45-ish, and this girl was like 20. She was 20. I was like, okay, all right, cool. I'm like, I'm 29, whatnot, and I'm like, I'm working with this 20-year-old in the store, whatnot. It's just weird, It's his wife, so whatever. Nothing crazy went down. Nothing went down or anything like that. But usually they come in, him and his wife, whatnot. And usually they'll make out and stuff like that, and do all types of stuff, whatever. Curse and stuff in the shop and stuff like that. Not a work environment that you usually work in. Like, so you have to like think of like, you have to break yourself out of that mentality of like, oh, working in a quote unquote business attire, like, like, oh, you have to be business savvy. You're like, oh, everything has to be like perfect, and there's no profanity or anything like that. And like in the creative world, there's going to be tons of cursing. Like, you're gonna get like the film directors cursing at you, the graphic designers cursing at you, even in like culinary art. The chef is going to be cursed. They curse like sellers, whatever. But that's something you just have to adjust to, like the cursing. Well, who cares? Cursing, cursing, But sometimes you have like clients who just call in like, "Hey, you did a terrible job on my fence, whatever. My product fell off this thing, whatever." Even though it's not your fault, it could have been the installer's fault. They forgot to install it a certain way, whatever. But they'll call and yell at you. So basically, I was doing like the customer service. After the customer service, then you do like the markups and stuff like that, or the creative work. And then after the creative work, you have to do more customer service and show them like the markups and stuff like that, and like confirm like, hey, is this exactly what you want? Like, and then like, oh, can you just make this a green or this and that, whatnot? And you'd be like, okay, so basically you're gonna be like an order taker, like how the restaurant comes in, like the server like, hi, how you doing there? Today we're serving wine today, and I don't know exactly what kind of wine, like Merlot or something. I don't know, that type of stuff, whatever. And you'd be like, no, I just prefer water, whatnot, that type of stuff, whatever. So you go ahead and make those like little small like changes and stuff like that, and then you go back and you send them another proof through an email and everything like that, and you're like, hi, how you doing there? Like, I'll write down like, hi, Mr. Customer, I got your proof in right now. If you can go ahead, check the proof out. Tell me if the spelling is right, the graphics right, the colors right, whatever, and make sure everything's right, whatnot. If you like tell me everything's good to go, we'll go ahead and go into production, whatever. So I'll wait for the customer to go ahead and send me the email saying like, hey, yeah, I like it, go ahead with the production. So once they go ahead and go with the production, then I'll go ahead and print the graphics within this program called Flexi, whatever. And we're using like actual sizes and stuff like that. So we'll have to measure like the window, like we have to actually go to the spot, measure the window or something like that, or measure the window of a car, or measure the car, or something like that. Get the measurements, place the graphics within that measurement, whatever. So, say for instance, they got a window by 5 by 7 inches, whatever. Then you have to make the graphics around like 5 by 7, whatever, actual size. So we'll go ahead and print that out into the machine printers. And the printer go ahead and lays down the ink and everything like that. And then you have to give the material time to dry. So you cut the material off, and then we'll put it. We'll go ahead and put it into a laminator, because this stuff's supposed to last longer. So like material, like vinyl, cast vinyl, is supposed to last for like maybe 5 years or so outside, but if you laminate it, it lasts up to like 15 years. So we had to put it in this big giant lamination machine where it laminates the material. It's like a laminator. You laminate the print and everything like that. After the print is laminated, you cut it off from the laminator, and then you go ahead and put it into the plotters, which is the cutters. And then we go ahead and put it in these like little trace marks and everything like that. And what the trace marks do, they find like 4 different like trace marks with inside the graphic that you sent over, and it cuts the design exactly what it is. And then after that, you pull it off the plotter, place it on a big giant table. They have this big giant table, whatnot, and you have these like weeding tools. They're like little needles and stuff like that. And you place it onto the paper, and you peel the paper back off. All the excess stuff that you don't need, whatever, all the white stuff, the negative space, whatever, comes off. Laminate it all. So after you get that, you have to go ahead and mask the stuff. And masking tape will be like a 3M masking tape that you get from 3M, whatnot. And basically it's like this like sticky stuff, like, just think of it like it's tape laid over to the graphic to pick that graphic up from the backing. So you have some type of film that holds like the graphic after you weed everything. And so the graphic's right there on the laminate, or this like little backing part, whatever. So you got a laminating part, the graphic, and then this like laminate part in the back that's holding the graphic. And then you put another layer a masking tape on it, and then you like brush the air off. You're brushing the air out of the masking tape so it can stick onto the masking for whenever you go to the job to go ahead and place the graphic onto wherever, like the window per se. So after you get the masking done and whatnot, then your graphics ready to be applied to whatever. So you got to go ahead and do your measuring on the window and everything like that. Make sure it's centered and everything like that. Do your measure, then go ahead and place onto the thing, whatnot. You grab your graphic, you place it on the window. You take one hand on the side, whatnot, and you kind of like do like a little like cut in the little lilar part, like they call it a lilar. I don't know why they call it a lilar, but I call it a little film thing, whatever, that's holding the graphic towards the transfer tape. Cut the lilar. I mean, well, now they got me saying lilar. So the lilar part down from the middle, in the middle, and then you peel that film off, right? And then you stick that part onto the window, whatever, and you have these things called the squeegees, and you just squeeze it onto the window, whatever, not letting any air or any pocket of air going onto the graphic, so it can just lay smoothly flat onto the surface of whatever you're trying to put it on. And then you take the other side and you peel that little film off, whatever, and you lay it across the window and you squeeze it off, whatnot, and you rip the masking tape off, and then you have your graphic. The customer is happy, and then you get paid, and you do the same thing over and over again, whatnot. Every day was like different. It was not never the same or anything like that, which is great. It's awesome. You're like, hey, I don't have to do the same thing repetitive over and over and everything like that. Just different customers, sometimes same customers, whatever. But with different things, whatever, different projects. Sometimes there'll be like some a task where like, oh, you gotta do this like illustration or type thing, whatever, or you're like, oh, crap, I gotta go find an illustrator to make this like whatever the client wants, whatever, you know. Like sometimes it can be like a little daunting, a little challenging, but sometimes it's just mostly the customer will give you the graphics or the image or the text or whatever. So it's something different each time, whatever. So being a graphic designer for print was awesome. That's my first job, working as a graphic designer at a print shop. So if you had any similar stories, I would love to go ahead and talk to you guys about it. If you like to go ahead and like the video, comment below, whatnot, and just have a discussion, whatnot. I'm just trying to build a community, a whole bunch of artists, and talk about their first jobs and stuff like that, their bad customers and stuff like that, the things that they have worked and everything like that, and have a good conversation, building community. So guys, like my page if you like it. If you don't, hey, like, this is a video. Hopefully this video helps you on your journey of becoming a graphic designer or something like that. So my name is Kenny, and you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.